Ever catch yourself wondering who crafts those crazy precise parts for airplanes?
Or cars. Maybe even that fancy medical device you saw online.
It's mind-boggling.
Buckle up, because
Today's deep dive.
today's deep dive is all about the unsung heroes of metalworking. Tool grinders.
We've got a stack of RoleCatcher resources to unpack, from their in-depth career guide to insider interview tips.
It's fascinating how easily we take these behind-the-scenes jobs for granted.
It really is.
But the reality is,
Yeah.
almost every manufactured thing we touch throughout the day,
Everything, kitchen appliances,
even the infrastructure of our cities.
it all hinges on the precision work of a tool grinder.
It does.
And our RoleCatcher guide really emphasizes it's not as simple as just sharpening things.
Right.
We're talking meticulous measurements,
Absolutely.
following detailed tooling instructions,
Hitting instructions, yeah.
making sure surfaces are flawless.
Wow.
Think on the scale of thousandths of an inch. Imagine the focus that takes.
Absolutely, and that level of precision requires some serious tools of the trade.
Oh, I bet.
We're talking micrometers, surface gauges,
Right.
instruments that most people only encounter in a high school physics class.
Right.
But for tool grinders,
Yeah.
it's everyday work.
Wow.
And beyond the tools, you need a deep understanding of how different metals behave under various grinding techniques.
Let's dig into those techniques.
Okay.
What are some we might not even know exist?
Well, you've got your surface grinding,
Okay.
cylindrical grinding, even something called centerless grinding.
Centerless grinding.
Each technique uses different machines and approaches to achieve that super precise finish.
Wow.
It's a blend of art and science, really.
Okay, so we're talking precision, specialized techniques.
Yes.
Where does a tool grinder actually put these skills to use?
Yeah, good question.
What does their typical workday look like?
You'll find them in a variety of spots.
Okay.
Bustling machine shops, high-tech manufacturing plants.
Yeah.
Anywhere that's producing or repairing metal components.
Okay.
The guide hones in on tool and die shops,
Tool and die shops.
which are especially crucial.
I'm picturing rows of gleaming metal, maybe some sparks flying.
You got it.
What's so special about tool and die shops?
They're essentially the foundation of manufacturing,
Okay.
creating the specialized tools that other manufacturers rely on.
Wow.
It's like the tools behind the tools,
Ah!
ensuring quality and precision from the ground up.
Tools all the way down.
That's it.
I'm starting to grasp the impact here.
Yeah,
Now, no deep dive is complete without weighing the pros and cons.
of course.
What stood out to you in the RoleCatcher guide?
On the upside, skilled tool grinders are in high demand.
Okay, that's good.
We're talking strong job security,
Okay.
which is a huge plus in today's economy.
Huge plus.
Plus, there's room to specialize.
Oh, interesting.
Becoming a sought-after expert in a particular grinding technique or industry.
So you could become the go-to person for, say, grinding those tiny components for surgical robots.
Precisely.
Wow.
Or maybe you become a master of grinding gears for high-performance race cars.
Cool.
The potential for niche expertise is there.
That's got to be pretty rewarding,
It is.
becoming a true craftsman.
Yeah.
But the guide also mentions some downsides.
Right.
We got to keep it real.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Physical demands are definitely a factor.
Okay.
You're on your feet, often dealing with heavy machinery,
Right.
and potentially repetitive motions.
Makes sense.
Not exactly a desk job.
Repetitive motions, that makes me think of ergonomics and long-term health.
Right.
Does the guide address that?
They do emphasize the importance of proper safety procedures and equipment,
Okay.
which is crucial in any industrial setting.
Absolutely.
Wearing the right gear, maintaining good posture,
Yeah.
knowing how to handle tools safely,
Right.
it's all part of the job.
Safety first, for sure.
Yes.
Now, I'm curious about the career trajectory for tool grinders. What does the path from newbie to seasoned pro look like?
The guide breaks it down nicely, highlighting the typical stages.
Okay.
You might begin as an entry-level tool grinder,
Good.
working under close supervision,
Right.
mastering those essential techniques.
Got it.
It's about building a solid foundation.
Kind of like a paid apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Learning the ropes from experienced folks.
Exactly.
Very
As you gain experience and confidence,
Yeah.
you can move up to a junior tool grinder,
Junior tool grinder.
tackling more independent work,
Okay.
and maybe even taking on some training responsibilities.
So there's already an element of leadership and knowledge sharing at that stage.
Precisely.
Like it.
And from there, you might become an experienced tool grinder
Experienced.
with responsibilities like developing tooling instructions, and mentoring newer team members.
So the learning never really stops,
Nope.
even as you progress and take on more responsibility. I like that.
Absolutely. Finally, you could reach the level of senior tool grinder,
Senior tool grinder.
overseeing entire processes,
Wow.
maybe even implementing new technologies and pushing the boundaries of the field.
Wow, from novice to master.
It is.
That's quite a journey.
Yeah,
But what about formal education?
right.
Does the guide say you need a specific degree to get started?
This is where it gets interesting.
Okay.
A high school diploma or equivalent is usually the baseline,
Okay.
but the real emphasis is on practical experience.
Okay.
On-the-job training and apprenticeships are key.
So it's more about hands-on skills and a willingness to learn than a fancy piece of paper.
Precisely.
I like it.
The industry recognizes that the best way to master this trade is by doing it, under the guidance of seasoned professionals.
Right.
It's about developing that innate feel for metal and machinery.
Makes sense. You can't learn that from a textbook.
Nope.
But how does someone fresh out of high school,
Right.
maybe with limited experience,
Yeah.
prove their skills to potential employers?
That's where building a portfolio can be a game changer,
Okay.
which the guide also suggests.
A portfolio in the world of tool grinding.
Yeah.
Now, that's something I wouldn't have thought of.
It's interesting.
What would that even look like?
It's about showcasing your ability to transform raw metal into something precise and functional.
Okay.
It could include detailed photos of projects you've worked on,
Got it.
maybe even accompanied by those super precise measurements you mentioned earlier.
So you're not just telling potential employers you're good with your hands.
Right.
You're showing them tangible proof of your skills.
Exactly.
It's like a visual resume,
Yeah.
but for metalworking.
Precisely.
Very cool.
And speaking of showcasing your skills,
Yes.
the guide also touches on the power of networking,
Of course.
attending trade shows,
Right.
joining online forums.
Makes sense.
These are prime avenues for connecting with other professionals, learning about cutting-edge technologies,
Right.
and even getting a foot in the door.
Networking the human element is so vital.
It is.
Even in a field dominated by machinery,
Yeah.
it's about building relationships and learning from those who've been there, done that.
I agree.
This ties into a feature the RoleCatcher platform offers.
It does.
Imagine being able to showcase your skills directly to companies looking for tool grinders.
Imagine that.
Hold on. You mean employers can actually discover you on the RoleCatcher platform?
Yeah,
Tell me more.
you got it.
Wow.
By opting in, your profile becomes visible to employers searching for candidates with your specific skill set.
Okay.
It flips the script.
Okay.
Instead of chasing after jobs, the right opportunities can come to you.
That's a game changer.
It is.
No more sending out countless applications into the void.
Right.
But let's say you found a promising job posting,
Okay.
maybe on LinkedIn or one of those big job boards.
Yep.
How does RoleCatcher help then?
Well, they have this nifty browser plugin
Okay.
that lets you instantly save job postings to your RoleCatcher account. No more bookmarking a million tabs or frantically searching your browser history.
I've been there.
I bet.
It's a productivity nightmare.
Yeah.
But saving the job is just the first step, right?
Right.
What happens next?
Here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
RoleCatcher doesn't just save the job posting.
Right.
It analyzes it.
Okay.
It identifies those keywords, those essential skills that employers are looking for. It's
Yeah.
like having your own personal assistant scanning for the important stuff.
Okay, I'm hooked.
Okay.
Walk me through how this analysis actually helps someone applying for a tool grinder position.
Okay.
Like, how does this work in real life?
Let's say the job description emphasizes precision grinding techniques
Okay.
and experience with surface grinders.
Got it.
RoleCatcher picks up on those keywords
Yeah.
and compares them to your CV.
So it's like a compatibility score for your skills and the job requirement.
Exactly.
I love that.
You'll see instantly how well you match up and get suggestions for tweaking your CV to highlight the most relevant experience.
Got it.
It takes the guesswork out of tailoring your application.
Wow. That's incredibly helpful.
It is.
No more agonizing over which skills to emphasize or which version of my resume to send.
Right.
RoleCatcher takes care of that for you.
Precisely. It's like magic.
And if you do need to brush up on certain skills,
Right?
RoleCatcher can even recommend relevant courses or training programs.
Okay.
It's like having a career coach in your pocket.
I love that it's about empowerment and taking control of your career journey.
Exactly.
But let's shift gears for a moment
Okay.
and talk about the financial side of things.
Okay, sure.
We've discussed the career path,
Yeah.
the skills,
Yeah.
but what's the earning potential like for tool grinders?
while the guide doesn't dive into specific salary figures,
Right.
which can vary based on experience,
Shape.
location, and industry,
Right. Okay.
it does emphasize the potential for high earnings.
Potential for high earnings.
Those are definitely words I like to hear.
I bet.
What factors do you think contribute to that earning potential?
Well, remember we talked about specialization.
Right.
Becoming a sought-after expert in a particular grinding technique,
Right.
like someone who specializes in creating those microscopic parts for medical devices.
Okay.
That kind of expertise commands a premium.
It makes sense.
It does.
The rarer the skill set, the more valuable it becomes in the marketplace.
Exactly.
Right.
And let's not forget the overall demand for skilled tradespeople.
Right.
As more industries require precision manufacturing,
Right.
the demand for tool grinders is only going to increase,
Yeah.
driving up earning potential.
So it's a career with both stability and growth potential.
I think so.
That's a winning combination in my book.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And the guide hints at another intriguing aspect:
Okay.
tool grinding as a stepping stone.
Oh, a stepping stone to what? Tell me more. Stepping stone.
It seems like there's more to this career path than meets the eye. There is.
What other opportunities could tool grinding lead to?
Well, think about the skills you're developing.
Okay.
Precision, problem solving,
Right.
a deep understanding of materials.
Right.
These are transferable to roles like quality control inspector,
Okay.
where you're the last line of defense against defects.
So instead of shaping the metal yourself, you're ensuring the final product meets those exacting standards.
Yeah.
I can see the connection.
Exactly.
Right.
Or you can move into CNC machining,
Okay.
using computer-aided design to create those intricate parts.
From hands-on shaping to digital design, that's quite a leap.
It is, and it highlights how tool grinding can be a springboard into more specialized roles.
Right.
You could even become a CNC programmer, the person writing the code that tells those machines exactly what to do.
Wow, so you're essentially moving from working with metal to working with the brains of the machines that shape the metal.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
It really opens up the possibility.
Yeah. It does, and it all stems from that foundation you build as a tool grinder.
Right?
It's a reminder that even in a world increasingly driven by technology,
Yeah.
hands-on skills and a deep understanding of materials remain incredibly valuable.
It's like the best of both worlds,
It is.
blending traditional craftsmanship with cutting-edge technology.
Precisely.
Very cool.
You're not just operating machines.
Right.
You're understanding the nuances of different metals,
Right.
troubleshooting complex problems,
Right.
and ensuring those final products meet the highest standards.
You know, it reminds me of those documentaries about master swordsmiths,
Right.
spending years honing their craft.
Right.
There's that same dedication to precision and quality, even as technology evolves.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
And it speaks to the enduring need for skilled trades,
Right.
even as automation changes the manufacturing landscape.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So for anyone listening who might be thinking,
Yeah.
tool grinding sounds intriguing, but I wouldn't know where to begin. What advice from our RoleCatcher deep dive would you offer?
First, get hands-on.
Okay.
Volunteer at a local makerspace. Take a metalworking class.
Right.
Maybe even shadow a tool grinder for a day.
Yeah.
Nothing beats experiencing the work firsthand.
Getting your hands a little dirty, seeing if that spark ignites.
Exactly.
I love it.
And don't be afraid to start small.
Right.
Look into apprenticeships or vocational programs that provide structured learning and mentorship.
Right.
Remember, every master craftsman was once an apprentice.
And with the demand for skilled trades only increasing, it seems like there's no better time to start that journey than now.
I completely agree.
Awesome.
It's a career path with stability, earning potential,
Right.
and the satisfaction of creating something tangible and essential.
Right.
Plus, as we've seen, it can be a gateway to even more specialized roles in the world of manufacturing and engineering.
We've certainly covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have.
From the precise techniques of tool grinding to the broader trends shaping the future of work.
It's been a pleasure exploring these resources with you.
Likewise.
Hopefully, our listeners have a newfound appreciation for the skill and artistry behind this often overlooked trade.
Absolutely. And for anyone looking to explore the world of tool grinding further,
Yes.
we highly recommend checking out the wealth of resources provided by RoleCatcher.
Yes. Great resource.
They've got everything from detailed career guides to interview tips,
They do.
and even that fantastic platform that connects job seekers with potential employers.
It's an invaluable resource for anyone navigating the modern job market,
Yeah.
whether you're just starting out or looking to take your career to the next level.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
And on that note,
Okay.
we'll wrap up this deep dive into the world of tool grinding.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And be sure to tune in next time for another fascinating exploration of a career path that's shaping our world.